Right, I'm going to join in this 3-minute Blitz Arena. I've got a Feeding Master first game, 2274, good luck. I think I'll play a Caracan to start. Okay, I'll play c5 and knight up. We're switching into a bit of a French setup here. As soon as he kicks the bishop, I'll just trade it for the knight, I think. Now ideally I want a castle, move the rook to where the king is, and give my knight a square, but I don't mind if it's captured. But otherwise rook across and knight back. So rook over. Now, takes. I don't really like the idea of taking there, so I'll drop it back. Okay, I will take the knight, I think. So I pressure the pawns. Now, is that a poisoned pawn? Rook across. Might be a poisoned pawn, that. Yeah, I think that's a poison pawn. I'm not going to worry about going after that. Okay, I think knight forward, hit the bishop. And just try and keep it simple and just double the rooks up, I guess. The knight's got squares to drop back to. Now where do I want the knight to go? I think I'll go this way and drop back its natural route. Okay. Can I actually take there? Gain a pawn, lose a rook, gain a rook, lose a knight, gain a pawn. Doesn't look quite right, does it? Doesn't look quite right. Let's just play a knight up and hit the rook. Then I'll drop the other knight back. Okay, trade one. Trade t'other. Now hit the bishop and pressure the pawn again. There is a check, but I thought I could cover it. Oh, so he's giving me the pawn because he wants to go for the checkmate. So grab a pawn, and there's no queen check. So takes. Yeah, knight takes is interesting, but can I avoid the checkmate? Knight takes, take with a check. I don't see how I avoid the checkmate though. Queen over doesn't seem right. I think I'm just lost here. Yeah, knight takes is very interesting, but... Okay, put the knight back to cover this square. And maybe queen back. So he's got bishop down, but I can play g6. Two bishops should be better against two knights in principle, but let's just see what happens. I'm going to try and just edge forward and gain a bit of space. Yes, nice move. Right, so we grab a pawn. How do I get my other knight active? It's not on a good square where it is. Yeah, taking there doesn't really do me any good, does it? Nope. I think I'll give him that one. Well done. Right, what's that say? 1897, good luck. Okay, pushes up, it's like just e6. Knight up. Pin a knight. Getting attacking, okay, nothing wrong with that. I think I'll take and just drop back. So I might switch the knight to the other side of the board. Yeah, bring the knight back first, then line up castling hopefully. I'd be very happy to trade off that dangerous bishop. I'm guessing he really wants to run it round like this. Oh, so he wants an endgame maybe. So I'll just take everything off, go to an endgame, I don't mind that. Right, so I'll go on a light square because he's got a dark bishop. I'll try and activate the 2 rooks. And then see if I can activate the knight. I've given him bishop down though, which is maybe a bit careless, isn't it? A bit careless, I might have lost something here. Maybe I can play rook up actually. Yeah, just rook up. King supports the pawns, so again get the rook back active. So threaten the immediate back rank. Oh, that's got to be a mistake. So king up he has to go across. Trade, I mean... Well, he could actually go back there. But I'm threatening the back rank, so he's got to go on one of the other squares. Now he's got to still deal with that back rank mate. Then he's maybe going to let me get my king across here. I move the king over, okay. I'll push a pawn up as far as I can get it then. Okay, I just feel like he's misplaying this, but you still have to punish it though. Okay, I've got time on the clock, got to use my time wisely. So let's go up and hit this pawn and try and get this one. Maybe even at the expense of these, because I feel like my outside pawn should be quick enough. Yeah, if I get this pawn, I think my A pawn should be quick enough. But it's just a gut feeling right now, you still have to do it. Well done, so... Let's push the king up. Yeah, this could complicate it now. If he gets that pawn... I'm going to hit this pawn, but I actually want to try and throw in a check. But does it work? Take takes, no, he can push his pawn. He can push his pawn. But I'm definitely getting the A pawn now, so it's a case of who is faster here. He needs to move his rook and just run his pawn immediately. He just needs to shift his rook and run the pawn. I've got 2 passes against 1. It should be good for me, but it doesn't mean it will be. So up he takes. Yeah, let's give him 1. He's done extremely well here, he really has. He's played it very well. He's played it better than I have. I might have to completely bail out here, just try and push that and run the king back. I'm clearly up on the clock, so I might well flag him, but yeah, I'm going to bail out of that side and trust that I'm winning on the basis that his king is just out of play. Right, now I support my rook, so I'm fine. Okay. I thought I was fine, maybe I'm not. If he checks, I can take. Yeah, he runs out of time. I'm a little bit fortunate with that one, a little bit fortunate. Right, 24.97 I think that says, or 37. Good luck. Yeah, 37. Okay, drop back. Oh, he takes, he's opened the file up. So prepare queenside castling then. Let's hit that bishop. She's not that easy to play. Okay, let's just drop the knight back. I might have to drop the queen right back to d8 here. So maybe kingside castling actually is more common sense. Let's drop the queen right back, maybe knight across, and then bishop up. Oh, he blasts through immediately. Can he do this? Well, I guess we're going to find out because he's doing it. Yeah, I might lose the b pawn. If I get castled, I'll be quite happy if we trade a few bits off. So take one. Let him get the b pawn. Now I have to hope I'm not blundering a piece with it though, which is what it looks like I might be doing, am I? Although I can jump over, hit the queen. Yeah, you can take. Not good, not good. Yeah, this is hopeless, isn't it? A pawn down and an exchange down against a much stronger player, so this should be just utterly lost. So can I sandwich the pawns forward? I don't really see it. Pawn up there. What? What's happened there? What's happened there? Wow, something went horribly wrong with lag there, didn't it? Oh, I'm getting really confused. Something went horribly wrong there. Right, what's that? 1775, good luck. Okay, bishop up. Okay, hit the knight. Oh, he comes forward, okay. So I'll take the bishop, he might take the knight first. If he doesn't, I can take the knight and grab a pawn. So he does. Now at least I get a solid king out of it. I might actually keep the king for the queen side, because he's going to move the knight and run the pawn up. So that's what he does to start it off with. So I'm going to actually go queen side here. Then pawn up. Now pawn up next move if I can, and then maybe take the knight. He drops back, so pawn up and maybe up. If I get a chance I might even sack the rook and pawn for the knight to open the king, but probably very dubious to do. So queen up. Let's see if we can just provoke a weakness and drop back. He pushes the pawn up. So if I push, knight can take, so I'm going to have to trade the queen. I don't want that. So I think rook across and prepare to push. If he pushes again, I'll have to push up here. Yeah, I've put the queen on a bad square there. I should have played rook across straight away and pushed the pawn straight away. So he plays knight over. Yeah, it might be right to trade the queen off, but I'm going to try and keep it on for the time being. Again, I'll try this f4 again and just try and trade bishop for knight, I think. But it's always a very dangerous diagonal, this though. Okay, so I'll play f4 and I'll take the knight if I get a chance, which I do. So now I think I will trade queens if I get a chance to. Gives me a much easier defence now. Trouble is, how do I do much else? Maybe knight in and try and plant it forward, looks good. Actually, maybe I can push a pawn here and go after this pawn. b4 and I'm threatening to grab a pawn. It's easy not to see that actually. Maybe he has seen it, but I can still play b4. Hit the rook. Okay, so take my time. Just support the pawn, then knight back to kick the rook again. Yeah, knight back to kick the rook's trapped, so he'll have to take. But I think that just wins a piece. I'm pretty certain I can stop his pawn. Yeah, let's just run the king in behind the pawn so he definitely can't promote it. He can kick my knight, but he can't promote the pawn. This should be winning. This is the only real danger now. So fix the pawn at least for a move. Okay, he can come in, but I can grab. Now I'm going to try and stop his rook from running away. So knight down. And that rook looks trapped. So you might have to play rook takes. So this is the only danger now. That's a better win. What's that? 2083. Good luck. Okay. Let's play the reverse Sicilian. It's a little bit dangerous for black. But at least it's attacking though. It's a little bit dangerous to play, but it's attacking. It's just developing castle. Yeah, I've got to hit that immediately. And knight forward, just queen back. Okay, so... No, I can't move the knight to drop a pawn. Pushing up looks wrong. Again, if I move or drop the pawn, let's play a pawn up and just drop the bishop back if I have to. Now I can play a knight back though and challenge his knight. Okay, so he lets me grab the knight. So I'll grab the pawn. The bishop up just to fix the structure. It'll release my rook and then bishop up. Well, I've got to push there. Okay, he's got a nice solid centre chain now, but I've got to try and push there. Pawn up, knight down, rook up looks tempting. Pawn up gives him maybe queen h5, doesn't look so good. Let's just grab the pawn, why not? This pawn is actually pinned, so queen up threatens to win a pawn. And it stops him playing the immediate queen h5. Maybe threatens bishop up to g4, but I'm not sure it's a real threat, so I can grab a pawn. Then I'm hitting the knight there as well. It's easy to miss things like that. But the pawn is actually pinned. Yeah, it does get the queen moving. Hold on, have I got something spectacular like rook down there? And if rook takes... No, but I've got rook takes, bishop takes, rook check. He can block, can't he? Yes. So what about bishop g4 then? Right, so he breaks the pin, so gain a queen, lose a queen. Actually, it's a very nifty move. That actually, is it? No, I just take with check and I win a piece. I think it was all he could do, but it should win a piece. So pin the knight next move if I can. Okay, he plays up, so guess just hit the knight then. If he goes back, then pin it next move. He comes up. I think king up and pawn up look good. He's kind of tied down. If he moves his pieces, he might lose something. So let's just take with a rook. So hit the knight. It's all about simplification now, try and just eliminate the risk. So rook up to a6 looks strong. Just pressure the pawn. Okay, so now maybe bishop up, hit the rook. So grab. My bishop still supports these pawns. So check. The bishop back to restrict the king. So if his rook wanders off, there's a checkmate threat if he leaves this file. He just walked into it. Excellent. Very, very good win. Right, 2031, good luck. This is resembling a Caro-Kann position. Just have to play c6 and it's very Caro-Kann-like. But the dangerous diagonal bishop is gone. So I'll just drop back. Knight check doesn't do much, I don't think. I think queen up is fine because my rooks cover each other. I think it's still fine to try and double the rooks up. Ooh, have I blundered a pawn? Yeah, maybe I've blundered a pawn there, I'm not sure. If he takes, I can bishop check and grab the knight, give up a bishop for a knight, but... Okay. I guess I've got to go here and let him just grab the pawn. So I'll hit a pawn. So I'm certainly not going to win this game like I did the last one, am I? He's let me take a pawn back though. So maybe it's worth putting the knight up onto a more advanced square. Because he doesn't have the light squared bishop to exploit the diagonal. Check and he can just move his... Oh, actually he couldn't move his king. Maybe he had to go back. So just drop back. Right, I want knight up. Yeah, let's play knight forward. Just so it's on a more advanced square, even if it's not really doing anything. So I'm taking a risk here, giving him a potential advanced pawn, but then I get one as well. He does take though. Take the rook, he gets a check, king up and my knight is pinned. But I think it's still the better move. I could drop the knight back, I suppose. Okay, if I blundered a fork, it looks like it. Although I've got queen up. Cosmetically it looks better for my opponent or in these two pawns. So it might actually be in his interest just to simply trade. Okay, he doesn't. So let's drop the rook back. Yeah, now he's got another pawn. What do I do? Knight check. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, let's play bishop up, see if he takes. Oh, he's got rook check first. He's got rook check first. It's still a risk if he takes though. Still a little bit of a risk if he grabs. So he goes back. He's done the right thing there, I think. Okay, maybe it's not possible to stop that. Doesn't look like it, does it? No. No, I can't stop that. Well done. I've just played poorly that game. Right, this is an IM, is it? 2452, so this is a big step up in class compared to the players I normally play. Well, I'll do my best. Let's just hope I'm concentrating. Now, I've played some bullet before this event, so I need to slow my pace down and try and use my time, or it's going to unravel rapidly. So takes, rook across, I think is playable. Takes, queen takes. Let's just drop queen across. I might even just play bishop up and not worry about the pawn, but... well, let's take it. He'll grab and he'll grab again. Okay. Get castled. Oh, I've just blundered the pawn, hadn't I? He could have grabbed a pawn anyway there. So what do we do? Let's play pawn up so the bishop supports the pawn. Yeah, knight back to hit the bishop must be wrong. Must be wrong. Let's play queen up, stopping castling. Okay, he just goes for the trade. Hit the bishop. So he's got bishop down, but my bishop covers it, at least for a move. Oh, he trades that as well, does he? Okay, let's play rook across. Now, can I get my king far enough into the game? I think I can, but I might be wrong. He's got this queenside majority, so it's a problem. Yes. I don't think I can stop it, can I? I can't stop it with the king. So that means the knight is the only possible option. Go on a light square. Yeah, he's tempting me to go forward there, doesn't look right. Now, will he trade pawn for pawn? Nope. Yeah, there's nothing really I can do about the system. I'm kind of in complete zugzwang here now. Yeah, he's going to hit my pawn. Yeah, I'll just give him that. There's no point making him play the game out. Well played. Oh, it's getting very bright, isn't it? So, what's this, 1874, I think that says. Good luck. I think I'll take with an e-pawn if he takes, just to have a slightly imbalanced position. Now what to do with this bishop? Where does it feel best? Let's put it on this diagonal. Maybe I had rook up there, sorry, bishop up, but it's not going to work now, so rook across. Okay, I think I'll play a knight forward. I don't think he'll take, he shouldn't do, he should just trade the knight. Yeah, that's what he does, look to trade the knight. Okay, I'm going to try and trade that bishop off as well. Now, is there a way to sack here? Takes, with check, he surely gets home, alright, so let's push the pawn. Queen on the diagonal, I'll push f3, I guess. I think queen up. f3 is a reserve move. It's not a move I really want to play, but I'm just going to draw the curtain. It's too bright for me. Right, that's a bit better. Maybe I can see a little bit better now. Now, if I play g3 to support the pawn, then he gets a diagonal, so I'm just going to give that pawn up. So I grab the pawn. Oh, I'm maybe giving him rook across actually, aren't I? Yeah, so queen over, he's got queen over, that's not good because it drops a bishop. Actually, this is a very dangerous position I've gotten into. This is dangerous. I think I can play the queen here. I've made a right mess of this. I'm actually hitting the bishop there though, if he, for instance, misses that. Although he's going to get a bishop anyway. So he's gone back with a mate threat. So if I'm going to lose a bishop, do a take. No, I've really got to just play f3, don't I? I've just completely lost though. This is hopeless. I've got no defence at all, I don't think. Okay. I think he should have just grabbed. He should have just simply grabbed the bishop. So he's let me get a tempo hitting his rook. I'm still very, very bad in this position, but let's just see. Yeah, if I take, he's got queen check and he picks up the bishop anyway. So I'm going to have to just grab and pray for a miracle, but I don't see how I get one. So rook check, king on the light square. Whoa, he's just walked into checkmate. That is so unfortunate. 2194, good luck. Okay, d4. Okay, it's very difficult to break down these structures. So I'll just simply try and gain some space. Okay. What to do about the knight? I think I'll offer a knight trade. So he comes in. Okay, rook across. So he hits the knight, logical. So I'll come in and offer a knight trade again. Okay, so I'll get rid of one of the knights. So I might as well plant that in the middle, hit the bishop. Then maybe bishop to f3 or bishop to d3. I think I like the look of f3 because he's got the bishop on the same diagonal. Okay, now he's giving me knight over to hit the other bishop, maybe with queen up. Maybe I can even just take his knight and try and fix his pawn there. Oh, has he blundered a piece? He's just blundered a piece if he takes. He's got to take with a knight. He can't take with a queen because I take the knight, so he sees it. So now he's giving me queen up. So now I can take with a check. So takes, he's got rook takes, so I guess just rook across. Well, that's got to be winning, hasn't it? Because I've got the bishop check at the end, so that should be a clean win. So I can check now, he takes and I take and a check. If I take and he takes here, I take there. And if he takes the rook, I check and I take the rook. So no, I don't want to draw. That's a very good win. (1832), I think that says. Good luck. Okay, go with a queen, knight up. Okay, let's just push the pawn. Like bishop up, provoke him and then drop back. Just got to be careful I don't trap my queen, which is so easy to do. Okay, so he's given me a chance to grab a knight there, so I'll take the knight, trade. Okay, he doesn't go with a pawn, so I'll just castle traditionally, knight up and look to push. It's a bit risky, I think I'm going to play it though. I had a nice close file and I'm opening up the two centre files, so it's certainly risky. But let's just see what happens. Okay. So take. No, I don't like the look of that rook across. Actually, what's wrong with knight up over? Hit the bishop and try and swing the knight to this side. So I think pawn up looking to push again. Okay, maybe he just wants to take my knight, which I'm happy for him to do because the queen's off the board. Okay, he's getting technical. He's playing very well. Yeah, so he did want to do that, but now I get the knight planted back in the middle. Again, it's always possible he can get a rook in at some point and I can blunder a mate away, but without the queens it's a little bit more difficult. Ooh, now I can pin that knight and go for a true end game. Pin the knight and then maybe take the bishop and simplify everything. So he's going to isolate the pawn now, then I'll take here. Pressure the pawn and give my king a square. Now pressure the pawn and up to double up. Okay, he's just got to be careful about giving me this push. He might go after this pawn now because this one's difficult to defend as well and there's a back rank mate threat if I grab. Okay, so I can grab the d pawn or this one and come back. It's got to be right to go for this centre pawn first, I think. Okay, so check, he's got king up. He's played a very good move there. I think I can just play rook up to support though. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about defending this, but he needs like multiple moves to get to it. So I'll just try and go after this one if I can. Or push up gradually. Okay. Now can I push this up? Just take away that initial risk and then edge your rook further forward a square. Then try and do the same again. Actually, I can go this pawn and kind of fix the structure a little bit. So he's going to have to stay on this file now. So now, rook down, it's got to be right. Yeah, I might actually get the second rank here. And then try and go up and go after the king as the real prize. Means giving this up though, but I can push this first maybe. I'm trusting that I'm not getting checkmated here, but I'm going after the king now. I'm up on the clock, that could be important. So these two pawns are going to go. So hit this pawn, threaten a checkmate. If he checks, he puts my king on a good square. Or I can actually run up the board this way. Yeah, let's go up this way and try and support that pawn. he's got to remember there's a back rank mate threat. So now, grab a pawn, hit the rook, rook across is coming. Let's just push. Oh, I've blundered that pawn, have I? Yeah, I've blundered that pawn. Yeah, that's definitely game over now. Let's just push. It's a good effort from my opponent. He played pretty well there. Well done. I think that says 1967. Good luck. Okay, let's go a different opening this time. Okay, no reason not to castle there. They try and gain a bit of space. Bishop up. Okay, so I've got knight across here. It's a really funny looking move. If pawn takes, I take the knight. If knight takes, I take the rook. Bishop takes, I take the knight. It's a really funny looking move, isn't it? Of course, if he blunders by trying to defend the knight, you just take it. So he takes, I take, and I hit the rook. Now I do want to take in the middle as well. I think I will. And maybe rook to b8, rook to b1 or rook to c1. I think rook to b1 so I can drop the bishop back a bit easier. Okay. I'm not blundering a queen check to hit my piece, I don't think. And just e3 and d4 very logical as well. I'm hitting the pawn now with the bishop. Maybe rook b5 is interesting as well, just to try and get the rook into the game. So rook b5, where does he go? But what do I actually gain though? What do I gain? I think I'll just look to trade the bishop off as first planned. So now I'll try and gain some space. Everything's connected, the queen protects the pawn. Just edge forward. If he comes up, I can always look to trade. Try not to blunder this checkmate, of course. That might be careless, mightn't it? So let's push. Okay. It is getting tricky, this. I think I can push up again. But if he's going to get round the back, it could start getting a bit awkward. I think rook up looks fine. Actually, his g4 even takes playable. Yeah, let's just grab the pawn, why not? Okay, let's push up again. The pawn's protected, the king can come up. I can always put everything on the next rank. So bring the king up, then try and bring the rook up. Now, can I chuck a pawn myself and try and open his king up? It's still an awkward position, isn't it? Very awkward, very tricky. I think. Rook onto the second rank so I can move across potentially. Oh, he's just going after that pawn. I don't mind him getting that though. Now d6. Want something more than that really. You know, I don't see anything better, so I'm just going to push the pawn. Ooh! Have I just blundered this? I can't go back over. If I go back over, I've blundered the back rank pin. So he just has to work out if he can see a way to win now. If he can, he'll play on. If he can't, he'll bail out and take the draw. But if he bails out, he runs the risk of losing. That's what he's trying to assess. Right, well played. Right, so we've been going nearly an hour already. That's gone quick. I can't even read that now. Is it 1847, I think it says? I should have my glasses on to read all the details, but I prefer the actual board without the glasses. And that's the bit that matters. Okay, just look to trade that dangerous defending bishop. The h4, threatening h5 with just the cheesy mate attack, takes and queen in. So he's played over, so up, he's covered it, so I think a3 and b4 is playable here. Oh, now he's allowing it again. Okay, he's allowing me the idea of getting in, maybe takes and queen in, because his queen was cut off. Now I can take. Now, knight in is a threat that's easy to miss with a mate threat, but I'm also threatening to take. If rook up, I just take. Might be his best defence. Actually, at knight e6, he's got rook up anyway, hasn't he? It's actually quite a dangerous opening, this, because if he survives this, then I could just get blown out the water. So he goes for the safety net, the trade. So now I need to just consolidate and try not to let him develop too quickly in attack. Now this is easy to miss. Queen down actually threatens to grab a pawn with check because the knight's pinned. He does see it, so well done for that. So bishop up and try and get the bishop in and trade something off. Yeah, rook across is okay, supported by the knight if he plays queen takes. But I want bishop up to try and trade something off if I can. Just give him one less piece to defend with. Hold on, if he takes there, can I just go straight in? Okay, now I've got bishop e6, looks interesting. Actually no, I can take. If he takes with the queen, he loses the rook. He's just forgotten about it. Okay, bring the queen back. I must have too much now for him to be able to defend this, surely. I've got to not get carried away though, it's easy to mess these positions up. So come back and hit the knight. I actually wanted my knight where the queen is. So let's go f3, maybe g4. Then maybe knight round, maybe queen back and knight up. I think I can just take that. Actually gives my knight a nice square now. Let's play queen across and maybe put the knight forward. So we're actually hitting another pawn. Ooh, have I walked into something here? It looks like it, doesn't it? But I can actually drop back if he takes, his knight falls. I didn't see that at all. That could have been a lot worse. So again, takes, knight takes, and I've got a dangerous check, but don't think it quite works, so let's just drop back. He's holding on very, very well here. He's doing well considering the material. Okay, I'm going to tempt him out wide, hopefully just take. So that's one of his defending pieces rid of. If he takes the pawn, I've got a queen check, so I'll pre-move that in case he grabs the pawn. He doesn't. Actually, let's put the king here and bring the rook across. Okay, now I'll grab the pawn. Oh, now I can just get the queen off, so that has to be winning because I'm well up on the clock. So hit the bishop, push the pawn. This has to be winning. Okay, just don't blunder it, just bring the king up. These squares are all covered so he can't bring his king forward. Again, I can just sack now, he can't stop the pawn with his king. And I'm just going to mop the little pawns up. Excellent, that's another good win. $18.03, good luck. I'll play Sicilian this time instead of sticking to the Caro-Kann. Okay, let's just deal out the bishop. You've got to be careful in these lines with moves like Queen G5 can be very irritating. So knight up. Goes back, so I think queen up, hit the pawn, pressure on the pawn. Okay, now I can pin that knight. If he defends it, of course, I've got queen up the other way. So he does, so queen up, does he have any tricks? Knight forward, I've actually got knight takes. Actually no, knight forward to take the queen, grab the rook. I don't see it, so I'm going to play it. Like knight forward, you never know if there's any tactics like that, because he still hits my queen, but I can take, of course, so just take and take. Okay, he should have really kept that bishop on the board, giving himself the extra material. Now I'm going to try and challenge this pawn structure on that side. So king over, bishop up, take with a bishop to try and challenge his pawns and then connect the rooks. And he certainly can't afford to change his rook. Okay, pawn forward. King back so he doesn't pin my bishop. Because he's an exchange down, he really should be looking to keep things on the board. Let's drop back. It's so easy to blunder these positions, it really is incredibly easy. Just takes one little slip, but there's the rook off. Now I can grab a pawn. Now the bishop's pinned, so it's just all collapsed in a hurry there. He's a bit unfortunate there. That's just an unfortunate sequence of events, isn't it? Very unfortunate. $20.19, good luck. I'll go back to my Caro-Kann for this one. Okay, I think H5 is correct there. E6. And then knight up. Pin the knight. Actually, I think I'll take first. I think knight h6 is actually fine here. Actually, bishop in to hit the knight, it looks all fine as well. And I can maybe take double his pawns. It's a bit awkward for him to castle either side. I think knight h6 is okay. Only takes, okay. So I think rook across. So can I grab? Takes, f6 looks good. Ooh, it wasn't good, it wasn't good. It was cataclysmically bad. That's how you blunder. That's how you blunder badly. Wow. That was not planned at all. So this is just pretty much an automatic loss now. Yeah, he plays at the level I play at, so I need a miracle for him to blunder this rook away. Let's just play rook over, then maybe queen check, but he can just simply block it, can't he? So I think maybe knight this way might be my only hope to even get it in the game. Okay, hit the rook. And maybe I'm going to get the knight further over. So he's blundered a bishop. Now, do I risk going for glory? He's just hitting the pawn, it's a support, but it gives him this though. But then I can maybe push again. He's got to be careful, otherwise he might really make a pig's ear of this. Now, does he have a spectacular at some point? Take, and rook down. King up and rook mate, that would be unfortunate. So I've got knight up, threatening mate and the queen. Queen has to come down, then there's a knight fork, I think. I think I'm getting back into this game. Okay, so I've got knight check. I'm going to drop back and hit the pawn. I'm taking a risk. Oh, what have I done? I didn't see that he can take the pawn with check. And then he's got the followed rook in. I've just thrown it away. Oh, he hasn't played it. Wow. He's just blundered a mate. He had queen takes check and he was right back in winning the game. And he hasn't actually blundered a mate, he's covered anyway. I thought I had a check, but I haven't. He'll be kicking himself though when he sees what he had there. So I've still got rook up threats. Rook up, he gets queen down. I know I'm hitting the rook, but I'm aware of this. So I want to try and drive his queen away first. Now I get the check. He can't actually take back, and wow. That is what you call lucky, not skillful, isn't it? Lucky. Very, very, very lucky there. Very lucky. Still, you need luck when you play chess sometimes. 1901, good luck. Again, so I'll just line up the diagonal. It's a bit risky though, I won't play it this game. Let's just develop and prepare the castle. Okay, plays up, so I'll just castle. Brings the knight forward, so I'll take and I'll develop my knight. Okay, take first. So he's given me, I think, he's got his rook trapped, has he? If he goes back a come in, if he's on the light square, the bishop covers it. So grab and take the knight. Might as well then take the pawn. Okay, I can drop the bishop back. I could actually play forward there, but I'm trying to guard this. Oh, is he getting his bishop almost trapped as well? Actually, yeah, f6 gives me a useful square for my bishop. Okay. I don't really want to take there, but I think it's the best move. This is still not that easy to convert. Let's go forward and try and play queen up, but he's got this key square covered. Okay, he certainly shouldn't trade there and release my rook. Right, so I think queen up and then maybe queen down. Maybe I've got rook up and rook across, go on the light square. I now can't do that, so I can maybe play this rook up then. And then the rook across on the light square this side. Let's hope I'm not blundering something. I'm just going to try and get the queen active. Okay, I've got queen h6. But g6 looks good. The bishop covers the pin if he tries to come in, and I'm going to try and get active. As long as I'm not blundering a checkmate, which I might be doing. Hold on, take. Bishop takes, and I'm pinned. That's no good. Yeah, I'm going to have to give him the rook back here and hope he actually takes it. If he doesn't, then rook behind the pawn. So rook behind the pawn, I guess. He's holding on very, very, very well. Very well. Okay. So I've got queen up threatening mate, but he can defend it. Let's play it anyway, just threaten the cheesy checkmate, but I'm probably lost here now. Wow, giving up 2 rooks for 2 bishops will be terrible. Now can I take? Rook takes. No, he can definitely defend that. Yeah, this is just gone from a straightforward win to a straightforward loss. He's done so well. Wow, look at that. Look at that. How has he done that? I need a check on a light square to win the rook, and I do not see it. Maybe I can try and push. Oh, the clock. I didn't notice the clock either. Yeah, I can't be bothered. Well done. I should not have lost that game. That is a terrible loss. 21.58, good luck. I've already played this once, haven't I? So knight takes, because I blundered the knight down here I think earlier. So I'm not going to do anything fancy, I'm just going to try and trade off. Oh, now I've got a solid structure, that's not so bad. 2 bishops against 2 knights. Right, I'll go with the f-pawn because I've already got another f-pawn there. Let's hit the knight. Bishop back and then queen back. Okay, let's challenge the pawns. I think rook across looks fine. Knight in. Yeah, let's just take that. Get a tempo by hitting the pawn and try and double the rooks up. I'm actually going to go for a mate attack, I think. What? Oh, he's going after this pawn. Okay. So I need to play a h3 or a h4. But yeah, I think I need to bail out of any sort of attack and just simplify the position. So takes, grab a pawn, there's a potential back rank. Let's just triple up. Once I've got h3 in, it'll feel a bit easier, a bit safer. h3 and f4, maybe give the king a proper bunker. So h3. Okay, that'll take. Take. I've got to control this rank and try and push the pawns and get the king up. Hold on, what's happened here? Has he been disconnecting, reconnecting? Well, let's hope there's nothing suspicious there. Okay, I'm just going to double the rooks up. Yeah, it says he's been disconnecting, reconnecting. Is his internet alright? Right, I can just sit back and hold now. Oh, I've blundered it. I don't believe it. What a silly mistake to make that was. Yeah, this might be suspicious, this one. The way he's just suddenly speeded up. The way he suddenly speeded up there. I'm a bit dubious about that one. I hope it was legitimate. I hope it was legitimate. He disconnected, reconnected, and then suddenly the moves are quickening up like that. Well, let's hope it was legit. I mean, okay, I probably should have lost the game in any event, but... not to worry, let's just concentrate on the next one. Okay, I think g6 is fine here. Then queen to c8. h3, h5. Okay, bishop f5. Let's just develop the knight. Okay, so I think I'm going to play e6 to try and fix this. Ooh. Ooh. This is tempting now. So forward. plays knight over, so I've got to grab the pawn. I think knight up and try and bring a knight in. Bishop up just so the king has an option to run, should it need to. So knight in, hit the bishop. Okay, so I've got takes, takes and check, but I'm not seeing a follow-up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rook across first. Now I'm threatening to take and checkmate. Actually no, it isn't, is it? He can block. He can block with a knight. So it's not actually checkmate, but it's a serious threat. Bishop up, that blunders the check. But you can run the king the other way. Okay, so bishop down. So check. Take. So I think I'm going to try and put the king off the back rank so he can't somehow get a pin on my queen. I'll gladly trade the knight. Now, can I get my queen active? I just have to get my queen active and I'm doing well here. Let's play rook up, hit the pawn. Oh, I've blundered this. He could just take there, couldn't he? Wow. He could have just taken with the queen immediately. Wow. He's seen it now. Knight takes, rook takes. Obviously clearly has to be played. Yeah, now I'm just completely busted. He's done well here. So grab a pawn. Well done. Wow, again, I should have won that one. That's terrible few games. Terrible. 1206, good luck. Okay, pin the knight. Okay, logical. I think this is fine. So knight down, so bishop back. Now let's see if I can just see the board a little bit clearer. Let's see. No, my eyes need to adjust when I use my glasses. I'll keep them off. Keep them off. I need to put them on before I start, really, if I'm going to wear them. Okay, let's go up, hit the bishop. Plays knight in. Okay, I'll take just to simplify. I think rook across. If queen down, I can maybe push the pawn or drop the knight back. Don't really want knight back, but I don't see anything better. I'll pre-move the h-pawn this time. I played the f-pawn in that other game. Okay, try and restrict his bishop a little bit. Okay, is he looking to mate me somehow? Okay, let's try and double the rooks up and just hope I'm not allowing myself to get mated somewhere here, like some sort of silly round the back. Okay, get rid of one of them. Let's get rid of the other one. So pressure the pawn. Now I'm hitting 2 pawns here. I think going forward is alright. I can always drop the bishop back. I'm still hitting a pawn. He might play g4, but then it really opens his king up if he does. He has. So now his queen is completely cut off. So he's going to have to push the pawn up. So queen up. Actually, let's go here because I create a direct immediate threat hitting the bishop. I'm still going to play in for checks. Yeah, let's immediately pin the bishop. Just trying to eliminate any real risk. Yeah, so that's what he's gone for. So take. So take again. And just centralise the queen. Look for a check maybe. Okay, so I've got a pawn, he gets a check and he gets a pawn of mine. I think that looks fair enough. As long as I'm not giving him a repetition. Oh my blimey, I've given him a repetition. He just goes back and it's a repetition. Wow. He had a draw there, he just had to go back. He might want the win of course, but he had a guaranteed draw. Okay, I'm going to have to take this one a bit more seriously. So I'm going to push up and go for the win now. That was so careless, it was untrue. So king in. So my king's got the option to run. Oh, he's traded. Wow, I just lost. I might be just completely lost. He's just got to be careful that he doesn't get too adventurous. Okay. I can go here. It's as far as I can go though. But I can't actually stop his pawns if he pushes them all. I can't stop them. Wow, I am lost. Or am I? Wow, how lucky is that? Wow. He had a guaranteed draw and he really should have won. On another day he would have done. Right, 2036, good luck. Okay, so I've got the option to take, go to an end game, why not? Let's play bishop up and castle, I guess. Actually, I might not even castle, I might keep the king in the middle. Might keep the king in the middle of the board. Let's play up. Yeah, there's no real need to castle, is there? Let's just release the rook. This bishop is kind of not doing anything at all though. How do I get that bishop useful? Do I get that bishop useful? Let's push up. So up trade, he gets knight in. Doesn't look good. Wow, this is horrible. I'm going to sack the rook, I think. But this just looks lost before it's even started now. Just played a few poor games, haven't I? A few poor games. A little bit unfortunate. So he goes knight back over. So let's play rook across so we're not going to trade it. So you can grab a pawn. I'm relying on getting active here, of course, because if I feel like I'm lost, you might as well try something. Yeah, let's play pawn up and try and release this bishop. Now, there's nothing I can do here, is there? Is there any point playing on? I'm not sure there is. Yeah, I'm not sure there is much point playing on here. Oh, he takes with a rook. Yeah, there's no point going on there. I've just played a few poor games towards the end. That's a bit unfortunate. I was doing really well for that first hour. Right, 1333. Let's try and do a bit better than I did against that 1200. But still say good luck to him that. Plays up, so I'll just develop. Okay, let's go forward. Plays down logical. So like bishop up. Okay, I'll take with the pawn. Okay. So it's going to be two bishops against two knights. Let's just chuck the pawn up the board. Yeah, why did I play h5? I didn't need to play h5, did I? Let's just play queen up though and threaten to take. Let's drop back here just to stop his knight jumping forward either square. But we are threatening to take here. Take, take, take and get a rook across. Okay, so just go for it. But knight down is covered, I can just take or play rook across. So he plays knight back, so that I've just got rook check. If he moves the king it's a checkmate, so he has to block with knight or queen, I just take with a rook. So that's a better win. This is 1737, good luck. Okay, just play it like a traditional reti. So b4. Knight up is a move. I think takes. So d4 is the general idea, just to try and gain some centre control. So we go in with d4, then we just look to develop and castle. Right, so now I've got an f file that's half open. Knight up. Let's just develop. Well, I'll try and gain a little bit more space. So rook across to pressure that pawn. Okay, so I've got queen up. I can just drop the knight back, I guess, there, just look to trade the bishop. So I'm going to try and put the knights on better squares on this side of the board. So he's hitting a pawn and threatening mate there. So that's really careless, but I'm really lucky that knight supports it. It defends both and the bishop defends here. So f3 looks forced next move to kick his knight. Yeah, knight takes is covered by the bishop. So try and drive him back over. Now I can play queen up to threaten his pawn, but my queen goes out of the way, so maybe queen up in here, look to trade, makes sense. Yeah, I'll sidestep to get off this file, otherwise he was threatening to grab the pawn. But I think queen up, okay. I guess I'll play back and challenge the knight again. Tricky position, isn't it? Tricky position. I wonder if he's looking at f5. He doesn't play it. He might have been looking at that. So queen up is still playable. Look to trade the queens, go to an endgame. Pawn up isn't really a move. Queen up is though. I'm hitting the bishop, hitting the queen, so he's going to have to trade, I think. Okay, so now maybe knight in to hit the bishop looks good. I'm hitting this pawn as well, of course. Oh, so he gambles, he goes for it. Okay. He's done very, very well finding that, he really has. So we'll let him take. I'll go on the light square. He's going to get another couple of pawns here. Done exceptionally well. Knight in, f5, maybe knight up is playable. At least I'm on the 7th rank. But he's very low on time. Ooh. I think I can push now and take, because my rook goes on a light square to support. So I've got knight up, I've got rook across. With a rook across he can play pawn down. Let's not rush this. Knight up and I've got 3 pieces attack the pawn. So knight takes threatens a check, but it doesn't really do out, does it? So let's go with the rook. Oh, again, I've got to be really careful I'm not blundering a checkmate here. He had potential mate ideas trapping my king there. So hit the rook. Yeah, if bishop pins I've got a check. Right, now I've got pressure on the pawn, hitting the bishop. I'm aware of the clock there, so I should be fine now. Let's just hit the bishop. Wow, again I was a little bit lucky, wasn't I? A little bit lucky. What does that say? 1613. Good luck. Stick to the Caracan. I just can't get my monitor out. Right, we have 20 minutes left, so maybe 3 more games, depending on how this one goes. Oops, I meant to move the bishop there, not the king. Okay, drop back. Now, does he risk a g4? That's a big question. Let's just try and gain some space, or maybe rook across. Yeah, I'm going to castle king side here, because he's going to blast on the queen side. Right, let's just get the king tucked away. Knight in is going to be a move, it is. I think knight back. Let him take either knight, otherwise I will trade one of them off. It's probably sensible to drop the bishop back and let him trade that and bring my pawn in, or it definitely is now. So he's gone with the knight, so we have an imbalance. So knight takes is a move in some of these lines. Actually g5 is playable, isn't it? He can't really take because he drops a pawn. So it allows me to do something with my doubled up g pawn. Okay. No, that's a bit slow. Let's just put the knight up, maybe go in. Maybe it wasn't the best idea, this. I'm going to have to take now, I'm committed to it, but it opens a file for him. So, oh, he should have took with a rook. He should have definitely taken with a rook there. He's given me a comfortable-ish position now, fairly comfortable now. So I'll just put a rook on the open file, look to go forward maybe. Knight probably back over to guard these squares, but then it comes passive. Not good. He's going to get control there. So let's play a rook forward. Maybe trade off a rook if he moves a knight. Right, double the rooks up. The king can run this way now. Has he got a trick like knight forward? He might have had that the move before, you know, hit the queen and hit my rook. Okay, so take. So pawn up, he's got knight forward, but then I get rook up again. Knight up takes, takes, queen takes, just doesn't feel right. So let's just push the pawn. Okay. It just feels like I'm misplaying this again, doesn't it? It feels like I'm really misplaying this. So can I play knight back, challenges knight? Yeah, this is getting dangerous now. Knight back to challenge the knight. I don't think he'll take. He's going after mate, isn't he? He does take, but now my queen's a bit misplaced. I've got an emergency g6 or an emergency f5 depending on what he's attacking with. He wastes a move. Okay, I'm going to see if he wants to take with a bishop. He does, so now I can get g6 in. Get it a little bit more solid and try and bring rook across maybe. So g6 is logical. Then king up and maybe rook around the back. Actually, there's no need to pre-move, is there? No need to pre-move here. Just rook around the back, so he can still potentially push, but just look to trade the queen. I'm well up on the clock, so I'll win the game on time. So just pressure the pawn, just nice and slow and gentle. Try and tie him down. Purely because of the clock that I've won this one. He's got a reasonable position. So again, I'm a little bit fortunate with that. It's that 1681, good luck. Let's go back to the Sicilian. I don't want to play the Caracan again this game. Actually, let's take... Okay, hit the bishop. It looks illogical to undouble his pawns there, but it takes away a big dangerous weapon. Very dangerous bishop. So obviously pawn forward is logical, maybe d5 is logical. Let's go d5 first. He pushes, so pressure it, he'll push again. Now I'll go forward this side and bishop up. Just support the pawn, rook across. Okay, nice and slow and steady. Yeah, let's stay on a light coloured square and then bring the queen up. As long as I'm not blundering some sort of monster attack, which I might be doing. Actually, yeah, keep the queen here and then double the rooks up behind. So there's immediate pressure on the pawn. Well, now I can push this pawn. So I think that was a mistake, queen across. He's just slightly misplayed it. But a pawn's only a pawn. Yeah, he plays up, so he's given me the option to get a rook off the board, and I think I will. I'm supporting the pawn with my queen, so if I take with the rook, but I could take with a pawn and try and push it, but that looks too ambitious. Just too plain ambitious, that I think, so h6, so I've got a square, then pawn up, okay. So where do I want my queen to go? Oh, I can just take that, can't I? That's a mistake, he's just given me a free pawn. He realised what he's done, yeah. So there's 12 minutes to go, so that's time for 2 more games. Maybe 3 games if I blunder one very quickly. See, 2 on 6-3, good luck. Okay, I'll play another Caracan. I should have played e5 there. e5 is the right move, isn't it? Isn't e5 the right move? Queen e2. Oh, I can't remember now. Right, now I'm playing e5. Okay. Could get very, very sharp and very messy, this. Ooh. If I drop back here, where on earth does my queen go? So let's go back this way. I must get castled. Maybe I can just take and take. Okay, I can't now. Just castle. But knight in looks sensible. Yeah, let's play g6 instead of h6. I've tried h6 a few times and it's backfired. So I'll try h in this game. He takes. So take, hit the bishop. He's got bishop down, I guess. Have I maybe underestimated that? Maybe knight back, maybe f6 or bishop f6. Yeah, I've got a bit bogged down again, haven't I? A little bit bogged down. Queen comes on this file, he just gets a rook across. I think I need to play it though. At least it does free up the knight to take the bishop if he doesn't do anything. Okay, so take one. So bishop onto this diagonal. Maybe drop back. How to unwind, where to put the queen. Where do we put the queen? That looks wrong, let's go here. Yeah, that's a logical move. Knight across allows something like knight takes, but is there anything any better? Wow. I think it's forced, isn't it? He's going to grab the f-pawn, that's what he should do, and he'll play queen up. Is there a bit of tactic there? He might have something even stronger. He might be able to get my queen trapped, you never know. Yeah, I've not played this one very well. Now if I can get knight into the middle, and it temporarily closes this file. I'm hitting the bishop twice as well. He's got a nice defense only, like bishop. Oh, I didn't expect that. Why has he done that? Has he seen something I'm missing? What's he done that for? I'm still hitting the bishop. So he's played queen across. Just push the pawn then. Okay. I can't take, can I? Again, very careless. Actually, if he takes, I'll take with the queen, or even the king, because I want to keep that pawn if I can. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm getting a bit tight here. I'm losing a bit of concentration. I'm missing things. Go with the bishop, he grabs this pawn. Go with the king, he grabs that pawn, but I've got to go with the king. Yeah, I'm just missing things now though, aren't I? Okay, he's actually short of time. I hadn't noticed that. Oh, please tell me I'm not blundering a checkmate. Wow. He's almost got a smothered mate there, hasn't he? He has got a smothered mate, hasn't he? Oh, I can't do that. Unbelievable. How has he done this? Wow, I got away with one there, didn't I? Fair to say I got away with that one. Oh, Shinitz, I think I've played that play before. I think I've got a poor record again, so I might be wrong with that. I'll have to check. Right, 2004, good luck. 5 minutes, just under 6 minutes left. But you have to finish the game before the time runs out, otherwise it doesn't count. Okay, goes back. So I think rook across. Bishop down, make way for the queen. Actually no, I won't do anything fancy, I'll just castle. I should have left the bishop where it was. Should have left it where it was. I'll put it back, I think. Okay, let's drop the bishop down. Yeah, but it does make sense dropping the bishop back around, just to be a bit cautious, I think. Okay, that's ambitious. So b4. So let's play an endgame. Now where do I want to put my knight? Probably on d4 in the middle of the board. I'm going to lose a pawn whatever I do. Let's just go there. Maybe I've got rook to b1 if he takes. And pawn down, pawn up. So he's got an outside pass pawn. Can I get the other rook somehow across and get after that king? Possibly not. Maybe again that's a bit ambitious. So he comes up. So I guess go up, hit the rook, hit the pawn. What? Again, I might be going a bit boggle-eyed here, but he's just gifted away his free pawn. Maybe he's got tactics or... So if I go across, he takes, I take. No, that must be playable for me. Yeah, after 2 hours I'm getting a little bit boggle-eyed right now. What's he done? Rook across, the rook over is playable. Take, go to an endgame. Actually, knight down is playable, isn't it? Get the knight back in over a little bit. Yeah, let's bring the knight back. Then I'll just take the rook and simplify a little bit. Now I get the knight back in the middle of the board. My king's got a square. Let's try and just gain a little bit more space. I don't think he'll sack there, he won't. Okay, I think I'll offer him a draw there. He takes it, yeah. Getting a little bit boggle-eyed there. I think that'll do me for this event. So I won't go in for a final game. So how have I done? Oh, I'm in 14th place. What's that? 16 out of 25. I can't even read that. Oh, that's not bad. 16 out of 25. Because in the players that are in the field, a lot of strong players. A lot of strong players in the field. Again, I could play on, try and fit one more game, but it's very unlikely to finish in under 2 minutes. So I'll just let the event play out. My rating's improved as well. I can't remember what it was at the start, but it was a little over 2,000. It's now 2,034, so it's definitely gone up through the event. Right, we're just coming up to 1 minute to go. Right, 30 seconds to go now. We'll just see the final standings and see where we finished. We'll probably dip down a little bit from the 14th. Yeah, down to 15th now. But there's other players right up there with me, so any of these could jump above me if they're still playing now. But the final standings don't really matter too much. Right, 5 seconds. So they are the top 3, so well done to those. Now 1757 getting 20 wins and 6 losses. I might be a bit sceptical, but it just suggests that it's somebody who's underrated. To not lose any games, 20 wins and 6 losses, is probably a much stronger player on a fairly new account. I don't know, of course, but doesn't really matter. But 15th position I have finished. 16 out of 25, so it's better than 50%, so very good.